everyone. I don't know what my shirt is doing. Okay. It's day 30 of SSSVEDA, and today's topic is my coolest moment of my life, I guess. And I have no idea. Like, I've done, like, some interesting things, but I don't know if it's considered cool, or, I mean, it's like I said, it's interesting, but I don't know if it's technically considered cool. I thought it was cool that, like, in 2003, I got to go to Florida, or that I was able, like, it's not, I say got to go like I won the chance, I paid, that I was able to go to Florida, for NSYNC's Challenge for the Children event that year. Luckily I had a job that paid somewhat. I mean, the pay wasn't bad, but I also lived at home, so I didn't have as many bills as I would have if I was living on my own. So I was definitely able to afford it because of that. But I was able to go to that. I was gone 4 days, I think for that. I think I flew in on Thursday night and I flew home Monday morning. Or was it Sunday night? Something like that. I can't remember. It might have been Sunday. Wait, no. No, it was Monday morning. I'm pretty sure. And then, what else have I done? But I don't know if, like, that was cool, but I don't know if that was, like, my coolest moment type of thing, you know? And so then, let's see. In February of 2004. Okay, wait. Hang on. Let me think. No, wait. In December of 2003, JC from NSYNC did a couple. Did he do one or two? Might have just been one. What's it called? A solo show at the House of Blues. One of the House of Blues down. Might have been the one in Anaheim. In downtown Disney. And so I drove down there with a couple friends, and we went to the show. Like, we drove down, spent the night, went to the show, came home the next day type of thing. And then never set foot into Disneyland, just downtown Disney. And then in February of 2004, JC put out a solo album. At the beginning of the month, I won through a radio station the chance to go to the radio station and meet JC, along with, I think there was like 10 winners total, so there was like 20 people there total because we each got to bring somebody. And we got pizza and soda. We thought we were going to get to eat with JC, but we didn't. He was in the other room interviewing on the radio. And then he came in and talked to us, and it was really funny. He danced on the table for a moment. I can't remember what made him do that. And then he was playing his then new, CD for us. And then he walked around the room at some point, and he signed autographs for everybody. And so that was really fun. I've never won anything from a radio station like that before. Have I ever won anything from a radio station other than that? No, no, wait. I won trying to win NSYNC tickets. I wasn't like the right caller to get the tickets, but if you were like certain numbers going up to it or something, you could win like a CD, like go down there and get like a CD out of their like free vault. And I never did it because it was a CD. I mean, I didn't really care. I just wanted the tickets. So that was that. So that was the beginning of February. And then at the end of February, towards the end of February, when his CD actually came out, I drove down there with a friend. And one of the same friends that I drove down with in the December before, we drove down. So we drove down to LA and we met up with our friends, and it's like 11 something at night, and they had already been standing in line with some more of our friends. Okay, so we meet them, and for where they live, I think they lived in Alhambra at the time, you had to have a parking pass to park on the street, so we couldn't just meet them. So anyways, we had to go with the parking pass, whatever. Then we went down to the Tower Records, and they were giving out at midnight, which is when, it would become the new day, and they could start selling the CD. You could buy the CD, and you would get a wristband to go back the next day to get an autograph from JC, stand in line to meet him, get an autograph. So we stood in line. We were like we were in the third group of people. We were not cutting in line because all of our friends had been saying there's 2 more people, they're driving down. So people knew from the beginning. There was people complaining about it, and they were like, you knew about this the whole time. So I know I'm rambling. So we went and did that. Went back to our friend's apartment. So we got the CDs, got the, what's it called? Got the wristbands. Went back to our friend's apartment, changed clothes, and then drove back into LA. So from Alhambra, it's probably like a 20-something, minute drive. But everywhere you go in that area, if I remember right, it's like you have to take a freeway, so it just takes forever. And so we change clothes and get, did we get snacks or anything? I can't remember what we did. I don't think we even got anything to eat, because I don't remember. So it's like 1 o'clock or something in the morning now. And we went back, and this was when Ryan Seacrest still had his TV show, talk show, and we went and slept outside the building that it was filmed in, which is right around the corner from where they hold. It's right near Hollywood and Vine, which is I think it's near the Kodak Theater. It's in the same plaza kind of thing, something like that. And we slept outside with us and a ton of other people, because the closer you are in line, the better chance you have of getting in the audience. So we did that, and yes, we're crazy. And nobody there was a homeless guy that bothered us a little bit, but then he kind of just wandered off, and there was a really nice hotel next to us, and they have a guy that stands outside all night because it's a nice hotel, and he was keeping an eye on us. And I think he even told us that, whenever people do what we were doing, he always keeps an eye on them. And so we stood in line for that, and I remember at one point, they're telling us, they were not, asking if, you want to be sure that you can stay afterwards because we have something special for everybody, blah, blah, blah. So we were hoping we were going to get a concert, because sometimes it'll be a surprise concert. So we get into the taping, we get into our seats, and they're, shuffling us all over the place. We were all we were split up into a couple different groups. And they get ready to, and so we're waiting for them to tell us. And actually, wait, I should say the reason that we slept outside is because in the group of people I was in, most of us were Lance fans, and we heard Lance was going to be there for some reason. We don't know. I can't remember why, if he was just going to be there to help support JC, or just, I don't think he was going to be on the show. And so that's kind of why we wanted to do it. And everybody else in our group was just like, okay. But anyways, if he was there, we never saw him. But so the surprise ended up being, it had nothing to do with JC. Alicia Cuthbert was also on the show, and that was when that movie she was in, what was it called? The Girl Next Door, the one with Emile Hirsch. And the free thing was, or the special thing was, that we all got to go watch the movie. So They walk us over to the theater because there was a movie theater in that whole plaza. And we didn't have to stay. We could have left, but we figured whatever, So some of us stayed, some of us didn't. And the ones of us who didn't went to go get in line for the signing. And I can't remember if we actually got in line with them or if we got in line when we got there. I think we got in line with them. And again, they said we have people coming. And during the movie, most of us that had slept outside, not even just our group, but like of all of us that had slept outside, I think most of us had fallen asleep during the movie. It was nice and cool inside. It was dark. We all fell asleep. And so as we're coming out of the theater, they had told us, we want to stop some of you and get your reaction about the movie. And all of us come out yawning and looking tired as heck. And they couldn't use any of the footage of us coming out. Like when the show aired, they didn't do it at all. They didn't air anything. I don't think. It's possible they got one or two people who faked enthusiasm or something, but for the most part, we're all just walking out looking like we wanted to go back to sleep. So I had chocolate, so I'm all yap. Sorry for the rambling. So then, what else did we do? Oh, so then we went to the CD signing, we went to the signing, and then we left there. And then what did we go do? I don't think we did anything else that night. And then the next night, I think we went to go see Tony and Luca play at the Hotel Cafe. And then I think the next day we left. Me and my friend left and came back home. And then that April, JC was doing a solo tour. And so tickets were at little club venues or when they were in LA or not just LA, but in a couple of different places, or two different places, I should say. They were in House of Blues, So for being small venues, the tickets were pretty much in the $40 range, like 40, 42, 44, something like that. I don't think, even with Ticketmaster fees at the time, I don't think any of the tickets were above $50. So it was pretty good. So me and my friend, the one I'd driven down with in December and February, we were going to go to those again. We were going to go down there to LA again. There was a show. So during 1 week, there was a show on Monday at the House of Blues in Anaheim in downtown Disney. Tuesday, he was going to be on Wayne Brady's show. Wednesday, he was at the House of Blues in Vegas. Thursday, he was at the House of Blues on Sunset Boulevard in LA. And then Friday, he was at the House of Blues on Sunset Boulevard in in LA. And then Saturday, originally, he was supposed to be in San Francisco, and something happened, and he ended up pushing it till the next month, which is really good because we were so tired by the end of the week. We needed a couple weeks off to recover. So me and my friend and another woman that we had met when we were down there, I think when we were down there in February, who turns out to she lived semi close to us, because we lived in two different cities, so she lived in our regional area. We drove down to LA Sunday night. We were and we didn't even did we even go into, we never stepped foot in Disneyland or California Adventure because we weren't there to do that. And plus, that was way more money. I mean, that would have, just getting into there would have been as much as 3 or 4 of the concert tickets. So that, pretty much all the concert tickets. So that wouldn't have really been worth it for us. So I think I think we went somewhere in downtown Disney and went to eat dinner, and then we like went back to the hotel. And we were staying in one of the hotels across the street from downtown Disney. And then, so then Monday morning, like 8 a.m., we get in line for the first show. And we were the second or third group in line. Made friends. Maybe we were the second group. Because I don't remember who was first, and we made friends with the group right in front of us, and I don't remember, unless the first and second group was two different groups and they had already like started becoming friends, and then like we became friends with them, and like we all still, most of us, we all like still know each other on Facebook and all of that stuff. Well, first we were all on LiveJournal, and my light just went out, so no more light, so that's why it's darker now, because I talk so long. So we were in line for that. We would leave like a little bit at like a couple of us at a time to like save space, save our spots so we could go get something to eat, go to the bathroom, whatever, that kind of stuff. Came back for the show and then went back to the hotel. So then went to Wayne Brady the next day, and then we drove to Vegas that night. And then that one, we did the thing where, so at House of Blues, they did this thing where if you ate at the restaurant, you got to go in a separate line to get into the concert. And you got to go in, if you had the receipt that you ate there, you got to go in before the people, anybody else who stood in line to wait to go in. So we did that for Wednesday. We ate lunch there. And then, and it wasn't as important to us, but the thing, I remember that one, is that their concert venue was downstairs. There wasn't an elevator, it was only stairs, and I was worried that I was going to get pushed and fall down the stairs, because I'm not the most steady person. And they were like, we'll give you, and so, because we were pretty much like the first people in line, they said, okay, we'll give you like, I'm like, at least just me and like, just like, even if it's just me, like, out of my group of, like, me and, like, it was me and 3 other people were with me. Because one of our friends met us there in Vegas. I said, just let me, like, get at least, like, halfway down the stairs before everybody else comes rushing behind me. Because I'm afraid I'm going to fall. And, of course, they don't want somebody falls, it like screws up everybody else's plans, because they're not going to have the show because an ambulance is to come and, all of that stuff. So they were like, okay. And I think I got down like 3 steps and like everybody's like just running. I was just like, holy crap. And I think, no, I didn't fall or anything. Let me get to that part. I did not fall or anything like that though, thank goodness. And I was able to like push my way back up to where I would have been had I had a head start, So then we drove back Thursday, and I knew I wasn't, so the Monday concert and the Wednesday concert, we were like within one of the first 3 rows. I think actually Wednesday we were like right up against the banister, but we were over on the left in front of like one of the amps. I don't recommend standing in front of an amp during a show. It really hurts your ears. But for all the shows, we were always rows 1 through 3. But not always like in the middle or anything. But except for Thursdays. Thursdays, my 2 friends were, because they were in, was it his fan club or something? And so anyways, they were able to get like meet and greet and like priority passes to like get down there early. And because we were driving back from Vegas, we knew we weren't going to be able to obviously wait in line starting at like 8 a.m. since we were driving back from Vegas. And I said that was okay with me because my feet needed a rest, so I had planned anyways on like going upstairs and leaning against the railing or something like that. And that's exactly what I did after the opening act, who the whole week, the opening act was Samantha Ronson. And so after the opening act, there's like, I don't know, like there was like a 5-10 minute wait. I made my way upstairs and there was some women that I had seen at like other shows. So we were talking, and so we were standing against the railing, which is kind of neat because then I could like take the pressure off my feet and stuff like that. And at one point, there's all this like commotion. No, wait. Was that the concert? Yeah. So, wait. So I should say the concert in December. Lance showed up with, wait, was that the one? Yeah, that had to be the one. Lance showed up with his boyfriend at the time and two of his friends, but we didn't. Nope, wait, I'm lying. Hang on. No, he was there at the December one, but that's not when that happened. Anyways, he was there at that one, and it was really funny. Anyways, and I like freaked out. I was like turned around watching that more than I was watching the show, and more than I was watching JC. So at this one on this Thursday, Lance goes, and that's when he was there with his then boyfriend. I'm pretty sure it was a boyfriend. He never confirmed. Well, anyways, he's married now. Let's not forget about that guy. Anyways, and two of his friends, and, but this was before he came out, so it was funny because I was watching Lance, and it was so funny because sometimes I would look back at the stage, and JC's, like, looking up in our direction, and I'm just like, oh, hey, I was watching you, I swear, I wasn't just watching, Lance for the last, like, 10 minutes, not really 10 minutes, but that was funny, because they were being all crazy over there. Like, they were, like, running around and stuff like that. And so then the friends that we had met Monday when we were waiting in line had spent the night Friday or Thursday morning. No, they had spent Wednesday night in front of, partially, on the sidewalk, so that way they would be first in line for the show on Thursday. And because they've been waiting all day, they couldn't let us in line, and we understood that. And like I said, I was fine waiting further back and all that kind of stuff anyways. And they had, my other friends had the passes to get in early anyways. So then, but they were like, if you guys want to stay and help us keep the spots Friday night, you can, we'll all be in the front then together on Friday. So we said, okay. We had a hotel right around the corner, so we knew we could take turns going and sleeping in the hotel if we really needed to and whatnot. And so I slept outside. We weren't on Sunset Boulevard, but it was just off Sunset Boulevard. It was very weird. This group of German tourists passed us at one point, and they told us that they just saw the blonde one. And then me and one of my friends, we went looking for him. We never found him. I don't even know if they knew who they were talking about, and they just saw some random blonde guy and thought he was in the group. Some other stuff happened, and I'm not gonna say it. But it was like, so anyway, so that one we ended up being, because there was like radio contest winners for that Friday show, we still were not front row. We were like second row, but we were like center stage. And then the next day we drove home. And so that was really fun. And then the next month was the concert in San Francisco where JC played. So that's probably, I don't know if it's like I said, I've been rambling for like 20 minutes or something. I don't know if it's a cool moment, but I mean, I think that's like one. Yeah, there was 2 concerts in that December, 4 that week in April, and then the one in San Francisco. So that's 7 concerts by one person. That's more than I've seen NSYNC. So, but that's because, like I said, the JC ones were a lot cheaper. So, But I thought it was good, and it was the exact same show. There might have been some very slight differences between the ones in December and the ones in April and May. But the ones in April and May were exactly the same. Didn't matter. It was still a really good show. It was, I don't know. It was just really good. I liked it. I would go again. I wish he had put out another solo album. I really do. I would still buy one if he did one now. I mean, he's got the best voice. Him and Lance were my favorite voices in the group. So yeah, I don't know if that's a cool moment or not. I don't know. Sleeping on the floor. Oh, and I almost got hit by a truck. That's what I forgot to say. We're sleeping out there. It's Friday morning. I'm sitting up, and like I said, I toss and turn during the night. I think I said that at some point. I might have said that in another video, not this one. And so I wasn't really on the sidewalk. Like, we were right next to, like, the driveway, like the side drive for the venue. And I had kind of, like, slid into there, and there was a truck backing up to go. I don't know if he was going to deliver stuff or he was turning around, and he was like, the back of his corner of the truck was like 2 or 3 feet from my head at some point. I'm assuming he knew I was there because I didn't get hit. I mean, I wasn't like in the street or or on the driveway or anything like that. But it was kind of like, hello. But we were not, there was a whole bunch, there was probably at least 10, 20 people sleeping out there. Not all in our group, but all together. So it's not like we were ever all completely alone. It's not like it was just like 2 of us or 4 of us or something sleeping out there. So, still probably not the safest thing, but like I said, we were in pretty large group to be doing it, that I don't think anybody would have necessarily messed with us. So, I don't know if it's my coolest moment, but it was an interesting moment that whole week and everything. So, alright, that's it for today, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the end of Veda. Bye.